Hello everyone, this is Terry with Futures.io, and as always, I would like to thank you for joining us today. It's my pleasure to welcome back Bruce Pringle for today's webinar, New Bookmap Indicators and Trading Services. Throughout the webinar, if you have a question, please feel free to type it in the questions box. We'll do our best to answer them throughout the event. This webinar will be recorded and posted on the Futures.io website within 24 to 48 hours. If you're watching afterwards on YouTube, please do us a favor and give us a thumbs up if you enjoy. And as always, please feel free to share, comment, subscribe to our channel. It really helps us a lot. For trading news, events, and information, follow us on Facebook, YouTube, and Twitter using @Futures.io. And now, without further delay, I'll hand it over to Bruce, and you'll get the pop-up to share your screen. All right, looking good. She's all yours.
Okay, great. Thanks, Terry, and thanks to Futures.io. So as Terry noted here, this is kind of an update on a lot of new services and indicators and developments with Bookmap that I think you guys will be really excited about or pleased about. So the agenda here, we're going to go over a new absorption indicator. You have probably already seen the webinar for the MBO data or the stops and icebergs indicator, but there are updates for that. We now include live trading with the Bookmap Education. Okay, that's a new service. And we also have a new alpha version of Bookmap coming out, 7.2, that has new features that I want to cover. One of them being the cross-trading feature, which allows you to trade from one data provider and route your trading activities into a different broker or service. Okay, so anyway, I'll get into some of the details here. Let's just jump in and go over a few disclosures. The general disclosure: all Bookmap limited materials, information, and presentations are for educational purposes only and should not be considered specific investment advice nor recommendations. And our risk disclosure: trading futures, equities, and digital currencies involves substantial risk of loss and is not suitable for all investors. Past performance is not necessarily indicative of future results. And I'll hold off on reading the hypothetical performance disclosure. All right, a little bit about me: trader of 10 years in a variety of markets, order flow specialist here at Bookmap. I lead the Bookmap trading education and have expertise in order flow and market microstructure. Our Twitter handle is @bookmap_pro. Very active on that. You guys might want to follow us on Twitter. All sorts of tweets and retweets of other traders, how they're using Bookmap and reading the order flow to their advantage. Also, a great resource is our YouTube page, so search for Bookmap on YouTube. And then our email is support@bookmap.com. All right, so let's just dive right in and go over this new indicator, the absorption indicator. You guys might have heard about this. And right now, it is free and open to all, okay, through December of 2020. Okay, January 1st, 2021 is going to be included in the Bookmap Global Plus version. Okay, so as part of the add-ons in Global Plus. So you just need to subscribe to that and you'll get this indicator along with all the others. What it does is it reads large volume traded over very short periods of time. And it allows you to see transactions that are unseen or aggressive liquidity, such as native and synthetic iceberg orders, okay, for the futures market. And also trapped buyers and sellers and areas where, you know, a lot of liquidity might transact, but is not necessarily in the heat map over a period of time. Someone or an algo might be very aggressively adding in on the best bid or offer. Okay, this works really well with Bookmap's heat map that's existed from the very beginning, and it also correlates extremely well with the stop and iceberg tracker, and I'll show you examples of it. You can see the pink and well, then one trap volume up here with buyers. The squares here, this is the absorption indicator. Okay, so there's a threshold here, and I'll show you how it works. But it's saying that there are significant limit sell orders getting filled on the offer as price is going up. Okay, this is going to be a stop run, likely up into an area. Someone's on the other side absorbing all of that. Okay, and price moved in the opposite direction in this example. All right, so let me jump into and give you some resources here. I'm going to put all of these links into the chat for you so that you have access to it. But let's just jump in here. So you guys probably want to get access to this immediately. So the absorption indicator here, let me put into the chat. Okay. There you go. You have all these links in there, and this one here for this bookmap.com/absorption is the first one. All right. So you can read about it here, and then you can click on this absorption guide here. Okay. This will take you to the link to download. Okay. This is our Bookmap knowledge base, and you can find out more about the very specifics of the settings, etc., how to install it, and all of that. If you scroll down a little bit, this is where you can download it for free. Okay, right here. Note that you will need Bookmap version 7.1 build 57 or greater, right? And you can go through here, understand what it is, how to install it. Here's an example of it. Okay, and this is that page that we just came from, the absorption page. Here's some notes and FAQs. Okay, so if you have some questions about it, FAQs here will likely answer them. Let's see, I already have a question on it. To understand this is just a futures feature. No, this works with anything. This works for all market types. Okay, this will work with stocks, futures, and cryptocurrencies. Right, so it's a really nice indicator, and like I said, it correlates so well with some of the other indicators that already exist. Okay, and the heat map that already exists. Let me just go through a few examples here. Okay, so I'll just click on this and open it up here in another tab. Let's go full screen. Okay, this is the Nasdaq Emini, and here are some pink dots here. Note that this correlates here with the heat map. Okay, well, it makes sense. I mean, we know this is high liquidity already. Okay, and we know that they are absorbing. They are getting filled here. Okay, on the offer. The price went up a little bit higher, but it basically came back down. Now, look at this example here. Okay, see the green dots here? They're on the bid. Okay, significant orders here on the bid getting filled. Now, you don't see this in the heat map. Okay, so someone is front running here. Let's just zoom in a little bit more. That's as far as I can go. Someone is front running in this little area right here. Okay, and they're getting filled with either icebergs, synthetic or native, or just being very aggressive on the best bid. Okay, and they're getting filled in here before the high liquidity that is a couple ticks below. Okay, now you see the transactions also into that high liquidity. You see the big red dot. Okay, and you also see a green square. So you know that this liquidity is getting filled here at this 12,063 area. Okay, right here. Right, and at this point here, we have significant absorption, and look what price did. Okay, and where did it go? Okay, it came right up into high liquidity here on the offer. It continued on, but this gave you some really good insight with front runners as well as high liquidity in the heat map here. Okay, now this also correlates extremely well with the stops. You can see the stops here. There's one leg down, and then the next leg down here. Majority of them are in here getting stopped out. This is just the market by order data, okay, that Rhythmic and our stop iceberg tracker can show you that these are stops. Okay, we know the order type that is transacting. Okay, we've already covered this in previous webinars, right? But look at the correlation here. This is giving you a lot of good information. Okay, basically, looking for buyers to start to come in on the other side, lift it up to the top of maybe the swings, or to the other side where there's liquidity on the offer. Okay, and worked out pretty nicely in this example. You'll see this again and again. Anyway, that's one example there. And let's go back here. Okay, so I did want to show the correlation here. Trap volume as well. Let's go over one of the trap volume. Here's one here. Okay, well, look at these poor sellers right in this little area right here. Okay. Well, they're selling. They're on the offer. They're getting filled here, looking for the drop. You know, thinking that it's going to come back down into these areas here. And here's the squeeze. Okay, they're getting squeezed up to the upside, likely covering on the way up. You can see small stop runs in here. This again is also Nasdaq, but we can show some other examples. And then cell absorption likely covering up here on the spike as well. Okay, so anyway, some interesting areas to check out. You can even see here again. Look at the high clusters of absorption below this swing here after this bullish move to the upside. Okay, now there's not a lot of high liquidity in here though. Okay, the liquidity is actually down here a little bit lower around this 11,932 area here. Okay, but anyway, we see a lot of buying. Okay, at a discount here, nice move back up. And then you see the squeeze as these guys get squeezed to the upside here. All right, so that's some of the correlations here. How to start to read this. Now let me go over some of the settings in this indicator. Okay, and let's go to Bookmap. And where's my Bookmap? There it is. All right. All right, and we'll go over an example here for the S&P Emini. I'll click on the configurations API plugins here, okay, and then I'll go to the absorption indicator here. All right, so here are some of the settings for it and how this works. Within a specific time frame, okay, and right now we only have two selections here, 0.01 seconds or 1 second, okay, so that's a threshold, okay, a specific time frame. We're looking for greater or equal to 300 contracts, okay, of the traded volume within that time frame, and also on the same price level. Okay, we have this box checked here, so it means that within that time frame, 300 at the same price level, and that's the condition. Paint a dot, okay, until it meets that 300. All right, so let's take a look at some here, okay? Because some really pretty examples here for the S&P for the entire day here, as you can see. Look at the move up here just after 10 o'clock, bullish move to the upside. Look at the high liquidity already up here in the heat map. People front running it right here. Okay, you see absorption right in front of it. It never tested up into this 3680 area here all day long. Okay, it went back down, and then finally, near the close, it came back up into this area here. We have a stop run right before it here. Okay, we also see the heat map. We know that there's transactions into that heat map or that high liquidity on the offer, as well as absorption in other areas. So this is an excellent confluence, and look at the sell-off after. Okay, so some beautiful stuff here, and even down here. Look at the buyers scooping it up at a discount below the swings just before, well, around 8 or 9 o'clock a.m. Eastern time, buying it down here at a steep discount and probably trading it all the way back up to this high liquidity up here. Anyway, play around with it. You're going to have to play around with the settings on this, during the day, in the morning, you might have to input higher amounts here. Okay, so let's just put in 100 and let's see what we get here. Okay, well, there's too many, right? It doesn't really help us here. All right, well, what if I put in 500? Okay, I get one here. This was significant buying down here. Okay, and then I see some at the close as well. Okay, so you're getting something, right? So you're going to have to find that happy medium and play around with it. Okay, 300 worked pretty well for me today. I've been using 185 and 200 for it also during the morning session mostly for the S&P E-mini. And again, take a look at the correlations here. Stop run to the upside, absorption, beautiful. Also, we see icebergs in this area as well, and then another stop run up here up into absorption. Okay, some odd readings on the buying icebergs here, likely looking for the breakout, and maybe they're just getting stopped out on the way down. Okay. Anyway, that is the stop iceberg tracker, and with a correlation with the absorption indicator. All right. So any questions on this? And otherwise, I'll move on here. Let's see. Someone's had the threshold of 500. Yep. Squares show up if 300 contracts absorb at the current price level and 200. So the way it works is if it's at the same price level, you will see these squares line up within that period, okay, within that time period until it meets that threshold. All right, so that's how it works. How do I know the threshold is right, Tom? Because it's very easy to read the aggressor, okay, the transactions. Okay, it's rather straightforward. All right. Do the squares appear in real time? Yeah, they'll appear immediately, Tyler. No problem there. Was the stop and iceberg setting? Yeah, okay, let's go quickly to that. I will review the stop and icebergs, like I said. I just have it on summation for each of them. And this is the one that I like, and that's that. Okay, now I'm gonna go over alerts. Okay, this is something we did not cover before. And this is something I think you guys were really gonna like if you haven't played around with it already. Okay, so let's go back to presentation. All right, so yeah, this is free, okay, through the end of December here. So play around with it. Come to our webinars. We cover this in detail every day, okay, and we're looking at all the things we just went through. So let's move on and let's get into the stop and iceberg alerts. Okay, this is the next thing here to cover the alerts. This is now, for those of you new to it, this is sold separately on the Bookmap marketplace. Okay, this is not a part of Bookmap Global or Global Plus, okay, but it will work with either. It does not matter. Okay, it is part of the MBO bundle of indicators. Okay, there's 3 indicators that you get with the, well, you get the stop iceberg tracker, you get advanced time and sales, and you also get the liquidity tracker. Okay, this is a very specific indicator. In fact, let me go through a bit more detail here. All right. Okay, so this is the Bookmap marketplace. Again, this is all for third-party vendors, and the stop iceberg tracker is part of the MBO bundle right here. Okay, it's $134 a month. It is sold separately from Bookmap, does not include Bookmap. All right, and like I said, works either Global or Global Plus, does not matter. However, it is very specific. It is only for futures instruments from the CME group, right? You will also require to have Rhythmic data. Okay, there's no way around that. Rhythmic is the only one that is disseminating market by order data. All right, so you have to have Rhythmic data, you'll have to have this bundle, and you have to have Global or Global Plus. All right. Okay, so let's get into the some of the alerts on it. All right, so how does this work? And I'll show you some other links as well. Okay, so now one thing to note here is there's 2 separate areas here. Okay, we have icebergs and stops. Okay, and we're looking for the settings here for the subchart. Okay, how you want them displayed. You'll note that there's new displays as well. We have sliding, exponential, some sliding exponential reset, and some same side. Okay, this is not time based. This is just by volume based. Okay, so these are the new accumulation methods here, or modes. And then below this is where you see the alerts. Okay, the stop alerts and the iceberg alerts. Okay, now I have these boxes checked here for apply this threshold to the indicator's values. I'm going to deselect it because what I want to cover here is that the alerts are going to actually be separate from the display of the stops and icebergs. Why is this? Okay, because traders, the professional traders have come to us and said, we are looking for an alert for a threshold. okay? We don't really care how it displays. I mean, they want to see the display, of course, okay? But they want the alert, okay? They want it to be a certain threshold. So here is where you can input the threshold that you're looking for, okay? For your stops, you put in a minimum size here, okay? Let's say for, I don't know, 300 or something like this. And then I'm sorry, let me get to the alerts down here. Stop alerts, okay. So triggered volume, okay, 300, and then put in input 0.5 seconds, a second, whatever it might be, okay, whatever that threshold you're looking for, okay. Now, the alert, not only will it enable a voice alert, okay, it would also send you a text message, okay. The messages will be up here from the file and alerts right here, okay, and you'll see the alert come in. All right, so anyway, that's how the alert works here for the thresholds. This is a great new feature, so you can be looking at several markets, input your thresholds, and be alerted when something very specific happens, an important event. Then jump over to that chart. You'll have the alert tell you, as well as you'll have maybe your alerts window open, and then you can take a look at the specific activity within the order flow in Bookmap. You can look at the chart down here. You can look at the reference of the stops and icebergs. Like this one obviously is significant here, okay, near the end of the day into that high liquidity up here. All right, so you would want to be alerted about that, okay? And maybe you didn't get triggered the rest of the day here, okay? Maybe there wasn't something very significant during the rest of the day here. All right, so but anyway, you don't have to keep on going back and forth between your charts. You will be alerted, okay? And then you can come and check it out and determine how you want to use this data to your advantage. All right. Okay, so yeah, I didn't go over the quick overview of it. I just went over the new settings and the alerts here. Let me show you a little bit more about that and give you the links here to it as well. Okay, so I went over here in the marketplace. There is this from our blog, this article, and just the basics of what it's showing you. Okay, you can read through it here, but you know, here's a stop run to the upside here, captured, okay, on the chart here. Okay, and we know that this is the order type, okay, that these are stops being triggered, and it's captured here in the subchart with the stop indicator. Okay, so we know this is a stop run. Okay, scroll down a little bit more. The example here for the icebergs, well, this behaves a little differently. They're on the offer, they're absorbing with their iceberg order. Okay, so it's trading into this area here, okay, but it's not lifting the offer. Okay, instead someone's absorbing here, and you can see, and we know this, we know that this is fact, that these are icebergs getting filled here. Okay, and you can see it in the subchart by the Iceberg indicator. Now these are native CME icebergs, okay, not synthetic. All right, so that was kind of the overview. We went over the different new settings. I put the link in there for you. You'll have this one as well. This will article here on our knowledge base. Okay, we'll go through all the different settings here. Okay, you can read about them here, the sliding, the same side sliding, sum, exponential, etc. Okay, one of the important things to note, as I mentioned before, scroll down a little bit further, the alert versus the indicator here. Okay, that they are not necessarily correlated. Okay, you have that checkbox that is possible now. However, there's a distinction between the alert and the display. Okay. All right. So let's go over. Okay. Yeah, a new version will be available soon as well. Okay. So you have all the information on that now. Here's another new update. Okay. This is a new service from our educational department here, Bookmap Live. Okay. We now offer live trading with the advanced webinars on Wednesdays and Thursdays. Okay, this is included in the Bookmap subscription through December 2020. Afterwards, it will be included in the Bookmap Global Plus version. Okay, let's go over the, I'll give an overview of the education here. What you get the online course, there's 4 parts. You get the daily advanced webinars, which will include the live trading. That will be on Wednesday and Thursday. Jay Trader is our stock trader on Wednesday, and Scott Pulsini is our futures trader on Thursday. Okay, this is a significant value here. Go out there and I challenge you, go out there and look at some of the competitors out there and see what they're charging. Just for education alone, it's hundreds of dollars. Okay, you're getting it here just with the platform. Okay, for free, basically, or added in, complimentary with the platform. All right, so I'll go over the overview here. Just note that the free Bookmap Basics version or webinars here on Monday, Tuesday, and Friday, 3 times a week. Let's jump into the educational page and go through some of the details here. Okay, so go to bookmap.com, click on education up here. Okay, so scroll down to the educational section and then click on go to education here. You can read about just the basics here, but the details are here. Let's scroll through this a bit. Okay, this is what you get with the education. Okay, you can read through these things here. And then here as well, you can sign up for the Bookmap Basics webinar. Okay, that is free and open to all. It's at 9:30 a.m. Monday, Tuesday, and Friday. And then on Fridays, tomorrow, we give you free access to our advanced webinar. Okay, it starts at 10 a.m. Sign up here, input your email there and sign up. All right, let's go over our educational approach. This is what you're getting when you subscribe or purchase Bookmap. Step 1 is you get access to our 4-part educational course that's online. Step 2 is you get the follow-up to that educational course. Okay, we go through that same course content, but in the live market. Okay, this is daily, okay, at 10 a.m. Eastern. Okay, every day we'll have this. Except Wednesdays and Thursdays, we now have live trading, right? This is not hindsight education. Okay? This is forward-looking. We will read the current market and read the order flow using Bookmap. What is it telling us? Okay, this is all based on the educational course, and you'll be able to put the 2 pieces together. Okay, you'll learn about it from the course, and then you'll see it in the live market. And then due to the reading of that current market, we will give insight to where we think price is going to move. Okay, that will be 3 days a week. Okay, not only will we get insight, we'll get live trading from professional traders on Wednesdays and Thursdays from Scott and from Jay Trader. All right, so anyway, that is the Bookmap education, and those are the details on it. Okay, let's continue on. Let me know if you have any questions. Okay, there are a few in here, so let me try to get caught up with this. Let's see. Are there pre-built Bookmap charts? Or chart books? I don't know exactly what you mean by that. Is there a point in time or a lifetime or even discounts for you? Yeah, there's all sorts of, you can go to the pricing page there and you can purchase for lifetime, either global or global plus, as you like. There are some discounts offered for the global for lifetime from some of our partner educators. Okay, I believe you can even get it right here from Futures.io. Right, they have they're one of the educators or our partners with Bookmap. Tyler, these are basically, they're time-based charts, but it's just flowing time. Okay, there's no aggregated data here whatsoever in the Bookmap chart. Let's just go back to Bookmap quickly. Okay, this is just flowing time. And what do I mean by that? There's no like period of time or volume or anything like a candle, a bar. Okay, a vertical bar is going to be aggregated data within that period. Instead, you have just free-flowing best bid and offer. This is an advantage because it gives you insight to all the price action. Okay, you'll see the speed of moves. You'll see areas of consolidation and breakout on not just like, this is zoomed out pretty far. Okay, and we can see it here. You're going to see that in your candlestick chart too. However, you can see all sorts of microstructure. And these structures matter because you're going to see the volume context, okay, with the dots here within that structure, and you're going to see the heat map context, okay, the auction, the bid, the offer, okay, the depth of that bid and offer, okay. That's the kind of context that we're talking about here. Okay. Whereas that bar data is just going to be aggregated. It's going to go back and forth within its period, which could be a volume period or range period or something. And then it's going to close and it's going to open up a new period. Okay. All of that data within that period is locked and not accessible to you. Okay. Instead, you're getting all of it here in the free-flowing, like streaming best bid and offer. There is no price for the Susie, for the absorption indicator. I believe it will. I believe it will be sold separately on the Bookmap marketplace. But the way you get it is subscribe to Global Plus. Okay, I'm not sure if it's going to be available on the marketplace or not. All right, but it's free for all right now, and you can surely get it with Global Plus. Yes, the Bookmap will work with NinjaTrader. It is it connects via the API, but yeah, I have some more news on that with 7.2 that I'll go over in a minute. All right, let's see another question here. Was in regards to the MBO bundle and discounts. Okay, no, there are no the MBO bundle. Okay, with the Stop Iceberg tracker, there are no discounts on that. We had it discounted for like, I don't know, a handful of months beforehand. It might have been up to like 6 months, and I think it's still at a 25% discount, but there's no yearly nor lifetime version of that. Okay, at this time, okay, you can only get it monthly as subscription based. Yes, the daily advanced webinars are what we've been doing for years now. Okay, and that's only going to be 3 times a week though. The other 2 days, it'll be the live trading. Okay, that's the new service here. All right, with the Bookmap Education. What will be new in the SI tracker version? I'm not sure. I know there's a new release coming out. I don't have updates for you on that. Okay, we'll have to update you when it comes out. Okay, but the alerts here is a big one. All right. Okay, and do you have any plans to add the ability to load historical data for Stop and Iceberg? No, we do not. It's quite a bit of data. So if you're interested in that data, you're gonna have to open up your Bookmap early to get all that Stop Iceberg or metadata in there from MBO. Okay. Let's see, what is the link? Download for the absorption indicator. Yeah, I showed you that, David, here. It's I put it into the chat. You can scroll through there and click on that link for absorption, and then there's another link in there that'll take you to the page. Okay. No alerts via email. For Stop Iceberg Tracker, it is going to be in Bookmap's window, as well as the audio. Okay. All right. So let's see. It looks like I wanted to get to this feature beforehand. It looks like the market is kind of closed now. Maybe we can demo this with stocks. However, let's go back here to the presentation. Okay, so we covered this on the Bookmap Live, the new educational services here, which I think you guys are really going to like. And I mean, everyone's liked it so far quite a bit. So let's get into some of the new features here with Bookmap 7.2 alpha version. Okay, so this is going to be available as early as next week. Okay, and one of the new features is new navigation. And then this cross-trading feature that I mentioned here. So for example, you can connect with quality data for futures like Rhythmic, but you can route your trading activity into Interactive Brokers or TradeStation or CQG account. Okay, so this is a really nice feature that really opens up Bookmap for you so that you can trade right from the Bookmap chart with the quality data. All right, or any data that you prefer, and route your trades to wherever you prefer as well. All right, so the functionality has already existed for the cross trading as well for E-mini data. Look at the chart for like the ES, but then route your trading activity into the E-micro. Okay, this works for both stocks and futures. Okay, the cross trading and brokers. There's also enhanced order display on the Bookmap chart and Dome, which I hope to demo for you guys. And we also have some performance and improvements here. Here's the note regarding Ninja. 7.2 does not support .NET adapters at this stage. Okay, that would be including Ninja, Gain, TT, and Transact. All right, so anyway, let's jump into Bookmap and let me show you this feature. This is, again, I think you guys are really gonna like it. As you'll note up here, there is no hand tool up here or the move tool. Okay, you can see that we took it away. Okay, you can still get it back. You can come up here to your configuration and you can show it here, the move tool, okay? And there it is. Okay, you can also show the old zoom tools if you wanna see those as well. Okay, so you can still get it from the configuration. However, I'm going to deselect it here because I want to show you how this works. You don't need to have that move tool any longer. Just left click, hold, and drag, and you'll go back in time. Okay, you'll still be able to use that feature by hovering over an area and then zooming in very quickly with your center mouse wheel. Okay, and then left click, hold, and drag. Right. Note that the vertical scaling stays the same here. Okay, this is one of the big features that everyone wanted, was that the vertical scaling stayed the same. Note how I can go to other areas here and check out other areas of liquidity not within the price range. Okay, now you can also scale the vertical if you want over here, and if you want to go back to the current market, just click on this button here to exit drag mode. Okay, that's it. Okay, very simple, very straightforward. Zoom out with your center mouse wheel and you're back to where you were. All right, so yeah, let me know if you have any questions on that. Rather straightforward on that one. And the cross instruments or cross trading, let's go over that. Okay, so I've got an example here with Interactive Brokers. So first thing you'll do is you'll make a connection with Interactive Brokers, and we'll come up here and we'll click on Connections. You can see I've already established a connection, but I'm going to now select it. Okay, so I've selected it. All right, and now I'm going to I'm looking at the S&P E-mini, and you can see that this is with Rhythmic. All right, now I'm going to open the Trade Control panel. You will need to have the Bookmap Global Plus and the ability to trade from the Bookmap chart for utilizing this feature. Okay, so Global Plus will be essential. So open up your Trade Control panel here. Let's turn on the Trade Control for either chart, Dome, or both. I'll choose both. And then there'll be this feature here. I'm going to actually hide this panel. Okay. You'll need to either right click, I think by default it will come in, and then cross instruments trading panel. Select that. It will display here. Click on the drop down here. Okay, these are the symbols available here for me to trade. Okay, this is fantastic. Before, remember that we had the functionality, you could trade into the micro, but you have to open up the micro chart as well. You don't need to do that any longer. Okay, you can see it's available right here. Okay, I can trade from the ES chart, and I do not have the micro chart open, and I can have it trade. I'll trade from the ES, but my trades will be routed to the micro instrument. Okay. Now you can also see that IB is listed here. So I have 3 different selections here. So I can go into the IB micro ES or the mini ES here. Okay, so that's that. It's as simple as that. Let's just select the trading into the IB here, the E-mini, and then you click Start. Okay, you get the window that pops up, and basically you're up and running. Okay, that's it. Select the volume you want, and I'm going to deselect brackets here, and I'm going to select a few orders. I should be able to place them, I do believe. Yes. Okay, so even though the market is closed, set some orders, and this is another new feature here. Okay, now you can see exactly what the order type is. Okay, it says 1 limit order here. Okay, so and now you can also drag these around. You can hover over this area here, left click hold, and you can drag this. Okay, let me just zoom in a little bit closer here. All right, see the little red line that pops up there? Okay, left click hold, and you can drag it out. Okay, and just left click hold and drag it back. And you can see when I establish this order, but maybe you want to see it in relationship to something else back here. Okay, now if you very, very quickly and easily, you can also left click hold and drag this when you hover over the text and bring it up to another one up here. Okay, now look at the order up here. Okay, it's showing an arrow. I have 2 lots, okay, and 2 separate orders here. In parentheses is the orders. I can easily left click hold and drag the whole thing. Okay, let's just drag this back a little bit so it's a little more visible. That's it. Okay, this is fantastic. You'd had to hold down Control before to be able to move these. It didn't show that they were limits like this. You'd have to know the line type. This is a lot easier on the eyes and very quick and easy to move and manipulate these orders on the Bookmap chart. Okay, if you want to separate them out, click on the arrow. Okay, now I have each limit order here. Okay, and I can drag one right back out. All right, so that's how that works. Really nice functionality here, very smooth. And this works, again, as you can see here, any of these transactions that take place from the rhythmic data here are going to be routed to my Interactive Brokers account. All right, so really nice feature here with both with the display as well as this cross trading feature. I think you guys are really going to like. Let's see here if you have any questions about this. Julio, I have not heard about anyone else releasing MBO data besides Rhythmic. Okay, I have not heard any rumors on that. Right, I don't understand it, but that's the way it is so far, and Rhythmic is definitely an advantage. Not only because of the market by order data, but when I zoom vertically here, these are all live areas here. We're talking not just 10 ticks away, we're talking several points away, 40 points away from current price. It's amazing. Whereas CQG is only showing 10 on the bid and 10 on the offer. Okay, ticks. Okay, so 2.5 points. Okay, this is showing all of these points here. Okay, so 30 points away, and these are live. All right. Let's see, any other questions here? Quite a few questions coming in, so bear with me just a moment here. All right. Yeah, Charles, 7.2 is not available at this point, okay, at this time. Look for it next week. You'll get an email, okay, and we'll also be in social media. We'll be tweeting it out. All right, Derek, where do these elements from the dropdown come from? Yeah, so you mean the dropdown for the platform, the cross trading platform? First, you need to establish that connection, like I said. Okay, there's a method here. We don't have time to go over that right now, but I already established the connection with Interactive Brokers. Okay, and then I just select it here, and then I open up that trade control panel and use this cross trading dialog box here. Okay, and then I'm connected here, and I can stop it at any time as well. Just click on the stop button here. All right. I hope that answers your question. Drop down for the cross trading. Yes. Okay. I got it. Yeah, this is an amazing new feature. I agree that you've asked Bookmap support for several times. Yeah, we're really happy to offer this. And it's not just Rhythmic, it's IQ feed, it's CQG. I mean, it's whatever you want, right? To whatever broker you want. Okay, just note that right now with this release, it's going to be offered into Interactive Brokers and TradeStation and CQG. Okay, those are the three at the moment. Okay, in the future, Transact, Tradeovate, whatever it might be. There'll be all sorts of supported, Sierra charts, whatever it might be. Yeah, I can't wait to. I'm already just loving it, to be honest. So yeah, I can't wait to use this more and more. Okay. Oh yeah. Okay. So there is like a under file up here. I want to show you this the table here for oh shoot, where exactly is it here? Yeah, the list here. Okay, so if you have questions about it, the list for the cross instruments trading pairs is right here. Okay, so go to File and then List. Okay, and here you go. Okay, so for DX feed, you can see them all listed here. Click on your specific broker. Let's click on Rhythmic. Okay, and here you go. All right, so you can see for example, the symbol for the 6C, and then this is going to be the micro here, okay, for the 6C, okay, or like the CLF is going to be the Q MF1, okay. So this is obviously the January contract here. Okay, here's the NQ. Okay, well here's the micro right here, the MNQ. Okay, so yeah, take a look through here. Click on your specific broker, etc., and understand a little bit more about the exact symbols that it will be trading into. You will also see it here in the drop down here, like I said earlier. All right. Okay. Let's see. Continue on. Some of these questions. So bear with me, guys. How do you enter? Is it possible to get a stop order automatically? Yeah. You'll still need to. Well, you can trade from the chart here. You'll have to hold down the Shift key, and then let's place a buy stop up here for entry. Okay, and then I'm just going to left click once. Okay, and then see how it says one stop right here. There's another feature here. Click on just once. Don't click and hold it. Click on the text here just once, and I can switch that now to 2 lots if I want. Okay, so these are 2 stop orders here. All right, let's add another stop here. Okay, and now let's bring them both together. Okay, there they go. Now there's 3 lots here, but 2 separate orders. You can see each one. The one that was dropped on top of the other. Okay, the one was dropped on top of the 2, etc. All right, so if you want to separate them out, you can separate them out, or just click back here on the arrow. All right. All right. Yeah, now this is trading from the chart here. I also want to show you from the DOM. Okay, so I've got it set up here with the Nasdaq. Okay, because a lot of traders still like the visual, or they're used to the configuration of the DOM. Same thing, no problem. Okay, so let's open up the trade control panel. Let's turn on the, we'll use DOM here. Actually, let's use both because I want to show it. And then the cross instruments or cross trading is already displayed here. I'm already connected to IB. Okay, so I'll click on none here, and then now I'm going to select my instrument. I want to select the micro here, the micro Nasdaq from IB. Okay, and let's click start. Click OK on the dialog box. Let's select the quantity here. I'll deselect brackets, and then it's in these areas here. Okay, now the functionality is a little different. You'll just be left clicking. Okay, so I'm going to left click here for a buy. Okay, left click here for a buy. Okay, for some reason it's not going through. Oh, I'm sorry, it's over here. Left click here for a buy on the bid. That's it. There's my buy stop. All right. Now, where you manage it is in these two columns here. Okay, you'll be setting your orders here. All right, from the bid and the offer. Okay, you'll be managing them in the buy and sell. Now we've had that functionality forever. Okay, and you can see you can left click, hold, and drag them around. Okay, or you can cancel them here by clicking on the X. All right, so same thing, but you also have now the functionality to, since we selected both here, you can also just drag it from the chart here, just as easy as that. All right, so lots of different functionality here, guys. This DOM feature here it's highly configurable. Any way that you want to configure this, more than any other DOM on the market I've seen out there. You can add in all sorts of different columns, and you can move these around to wherever you like, etc. There are videos on our YouTube channel that will cover all of that, but I think you will, if you like trading from the DOM, you can go to town and have it configured in all sorts of different ways, just to show all sorts of different data. Let's see. Let me get back to the questions. With cross instruments trading, will the orders be sitting on Rhythmic's servers or IB servers? They'll be on IBs. They'll be routed directly to IBs. That's a good question. Yeah, I'll double check on that. Let me say tentatively, I believe they will be on IB server. Okay, and now if it's held locally, then if IB holds them locally, then it's going to be held locally. Okay, you'll note that I already have you will have to have this open here. You'll have to have Trader's Workstation open. Okay, or if you're using if you're using your TradeStation, you will have to have that open as well. All right. I know TradeStation is server side, so they will be held on TradeStation. They'll be routed to your account at TradeStation. Okay, and those will be held server side on TradeStation servers. All right, very good question. Let me see here. Where exactly am I? Tyler, are you trading stocks, or oh, you're with AMP, you said. Okay. Yeah, so yeah, no problem. I mean, it should work with even CQG if you're using AMP. I believe you're using Rhythmic though with AMP. Yeah, you'll just establish your Interactive Brokers connection, and you can route your trades to AMP or to Interactive Brokers, however you like. All right. Okay. If you want to switch them, you'll have to stop the the Interactive Brokers and reestablish this for your AMP, or just stop it and we'll go directly into your AMP by default, right? Because you're getting your credentials from AMP for Rhythmic. Simple market order. Well, from the DOM, if you want to enter a market order, you cannot from the DOM here. You'll have to use the buttons down here, okay, for entry for market order. Okay, but for the if you want to trade from the chart, though, it's very simple. Okay, all you do is left click above the current price for a market buy, or right click below for a market sell. Okay, and you'll get filled immediately as market order. Okay, that's old functionality we've had for quite a few years now, but there are videos on the YouTube channel that can answer a lot of these questions here. Okay, it's the features and components playlist. Is it possible for stop orders automatically on the market order fill? Yeah, so here you'll see the functionality, you know, where you want to get filled, you know, here, just hover over these here. So this is market buy. Here's a buy limit order on the ask, or, you know, buy limit on the bid. Okay, so same in here as well. So you can use those buttons there. Okay, let's see. Default limit even. Is there a default limit through the orders? Oh, well, you don't want to show it for day. I mean, you can do good till, cancel, fill or kill, or immediate or cancel. Okay, up to you. This is your stops here. You can use market or limit. I would recommend you use market so that you get filled or guaranteed of fill. And then the stop order duration here as well, good to cancel or whatever. Okay. Let's see, with cross instruments trading, will the orders be sitting? Okay, we already went over that, Rhythmics or IB's server, so good question on that again. Edwin, you can get up to 24 hours of historical data. It is backfill data, though, so it is not the, you know, market by order quality data. It's quite a bit. Okay, so it's parsed, that backfill data, but still it gives you pretty good insight to you know, where price was and where liquidity was and what transacted. Okay, you would need to subscribe to the backfill data from DXFeed for that feature. I think it's like $14 a month if you want that. Okay, so that means when you open up your Bookmap, you'll have 24 hours of data already in it. Will there be advanced bracketing orders? No, not at this time. It's on the list. Okay, it's been on the list for a while. It has been suggested or requested many times. There are workarounds for that. The way that you would do that is just place multiple orders and stack them like this. Okay, so here you're going to get filled. Now make sure you have your bracketed check marked here as well. All right, then when you get filled here, you know, you're going to see all of your take profits and stop losses. Okay, and then you can filter them out or move them apart, right? So just like you can here, you'll just be moving them. Okay, so just left click, hold, and drag them around to exactly where you want. Okay, so you want to get filled with 3 and you want to scale out. Well, then you move them around. Okay, or you want to scale out not on profit but on stops. Okay, however you like. Okay, so it's a quick workaround, but it's essentially the same functionality what you know, someone like a Ninja Trader has been doing for forever. Let's see here. I think you're talking about this number down here. This is the kind of scaling here for the 350 is showing you the scale here of the volume traded in bars. Okay, so this bar here is like probably 375 or so, right here at you know, 430. All right, when the market opened again. Let's see, another question. Be able to filter for the instrument. You would be filtering it in the alerts for the instrument. Here, let me show you this. This is a good question. For example, Scott Pulcini, he has very specific alerts. If you scroll down here to the alert section here, okay, the stop alerts and Iceberg alerts, you can input whatever you want in here. Okay, and then you can just go back to the reset here. So let's say Iceberg alerts, you know, you can just say like ES ice, and that's what will be, you know, the text alert, okay, as well as you can input it for the voice alert here, okay, and then that's the alert that you're going to get is ES ice, okay. You can leave in the side or the size here as well, okay, by just showing size, so ES ice, and then it will say how many, okay, that will be your alert. Okay, you can use the same here as up here if you like as well, etc. Okay, if you want to go back to default, just click back on these little buttons right here. Okay, so you'll be able to know the distinction between the alerts in you know, both text and audio. Okay, it's a really nice feature. And is it possible to make trades on multiple accounts? No. Right now you're going to be, it's going to be, the cross trading is working with a single account. Okay, so it's not routing it to multiple accounts at this time. Okay, that's another really good question though for you guys that are CTAs. This will be recorded. Terry said this will be available later, like in a day or so, this webinar. Yeah, we can go over the Bitcoin settings since that market's open anyway for the absorption. Remind me if I forget. Let me just get through the rest of these questions here, but that's a great question. And we can go back to some live market stuff and take a look here. I just want to get through some of these questions quickly. Okay, thank you. Someone followed up here about with IB and Trader Workstation is routed to their servers. Okay, so that answers that. Yeah, Andy, we'll get to that Bitcoin in just a second here. Let's see. Shokunin, it's a very specific bug that you might be talking about here. If you don't mind reaching out to support@bookmap.com on that, and we can answer that for you. Okay, because I don't have the time to go through the scenario right now. Yeah, thank you. Thank you very much. All right, let's see, David, is there a difference between negative and positive value on the Iceberg indicator? Oh yeah, I mean these are like for this example right here. Oh, you mean on the audio alert? I believe so. I think it says it. What you can input, I believe, is it just says sell here. Okay. Let's see here. Audio alert. Size, side. See how it says side right here? So it would say sell or buy here. All right. So that's how you just leave that part in. The $ parentheses side. Okay. Good question. Yep, you'll be able to route from DXFeed to TradeStation. Okay, with this cross trading. Oh, on the indicator itself? Yeah, well, on the indicator itself, it's rather straightforward. Negative value here, these are sell icebergs. Okay, I showed this earlier here. Okay, if we go back to the example from the blog, yeah, right here. Okay, see how there's absorption here by an iceberg that's on the offer. So they're on the offer, right? They're sell side. Okay, here's the output. It dropped. Okay, it dropped because these are sells. Right, so that's how that works. It makes sense. It should drop. You know that you know they're getting filled in here, and you've seen that that on the output in the subchart here. Okay, I think I've caught up with all the questions. Let's take a quick look at Bitcoin here. Look at the 19,500 up here. Okay, and yeah, let's just zoom around a little bit here and take a look, see what's going on. Okay, a lot of liquidity down at 400. Also, some algos here, kind of following the market around. Okay. Yeah, just shy of it here. Okay. Now let's take a look at this absorption indicator. Okay, it works great here. It works fantastic. I've played around with it already quite a bit, and I think I've been using 8 for absorption. Let's see what we get here. 1 second, and same price level. Okay, little sound alert right now. It's just kind of it just gives you kind of a ping. That's all it does. Okay, so here's a buy. Okay, here's some buys as well. Okay, so maybe 8's a little too big for today, but I was looking at the other day, and 8 was very good. Okay, looks like it's just not a whole lot of volume today. So let's go back here. Let's bring this down to 5 and take a look here. Okay, so 5 coins trade. Yeah, 5 looks pretty good. Look at the absorption here. Now, see how you have to play around with it and then get something that works for you on the time frame that you're trading. Okay, so here we go. I mean, beautiful move here. Some back and forth here. Price dropped, came back up into this area, dropped below it here, but back into where it broke out from. Look who's on the other side absorbing. And this is fantastic. You know, it doesn't even come back down into the high liquidity here. And now likely there's high liquidity in this little area here. We can zoom in. Whoops. Not much, right? So, you know, this is some algo that's probably just throwing, you know, large quantity on the bid, very close, you know, or right on the best bid and getting filled. Okay, so this is the kind of insight you're going to get from this absorption indicator. Okay, so you know, use this in combination of price structure, volume, liquidity, understanding these areas here. It's I really like this indicator, and moreover, it's free, or it's a part of it's free right now until the end of December. Hey, play around with it, but then if you want it, you're going to have to get Bookmap Global Plus. It's part of the indicator package that you're going to get. All right. Okay, another nice, beautiful move up into high liquidity here, absorbed here all the way through. Okay, some of these buyers here are just getting stuffed on the way back down, but they made up for it down in these areas, it looks like, or in these areas here as well. Okay, right up into 500. We're just trading up into 500 right now. Or just shy of it. So sorry about that. All right. Will the current global subscribers lose access to? Yeah, the current global subscribers, like you'll need to upgrade if you want the live trading and the advanced webinars. Then you'll need to upgrade to Global Plus. How will we determine after absorption it will continue or reverse, Ryan? Well, you don't know that, right? Maybe there's still more selling and it just blasts through an area. You can see some of these guys get caught on the wrong side. Okay, but that's where you're just going to have to start to understand. I mean, if there was an indicator that told you exactly when to buy and sell, then I imagine I probably wouldn't be, here presenting. I'd probably have my own private island somewhere. Okay, but this is in context here. Okay, and the context is beautiful, right? You've got the heat map, you've got price structure, you've got the traded volume in here. With the Bitcoin here, you do not have stop and iceberg confluence because there's no MBO data here. Okay, but you can see some of these areas are really nice and start to understand. So what you'd be looking for and the way you'd be using this here is, wow, okay, I know that there's buyers down here, they're absorbing. Okay, when do buyers take control? All right, I would be looking for buyers to take control above this swing up here. You can start to see them come in here. Okay, here's your breakout right in here. I'd be getting long. I'd be looking for it to go long. At that point, you can see the volume pick up. You can see the volume pick up in some of these areas here. And I also know that they're on the bid absorbing. Okay, so plus, okay, on my higher time frame, it's below this swing. People are getting stopped out. Okay, but this is bullish from right here. This is where it broke out. This is where it retested. Okay, so I'd be looking for that confluence of events in here. And now I know that they're not only aggressive buyers, but they're on the bid absorbing here too. That's how to use it. All right, I would recommend that you go back. I'll put this all those links back in here. Please go take a look at that page for absorption. There are several examples in there. There's a few for crypto as well. Okay, and yeah, take a look and go through it, and you'll see that context that I just went through with this Bitcoin example. Okay, yeah, you're welcome, Andy. All right, guys. If there's any other questions, I think I've gone through just about everything. Let's just do a quick review because I know that was quite a bit. It's there's quite a bit being released here. Okay, a lot of updates here, right? But absorption indicator. Okay, so we went through all of that. We went through the settings. We went through what it's showing you and how to use it and how to read it. Plus, you have the link to those examples on the absorption page. Then we went through the updates on the stop iceberg tracker with the alerts. Okay, and we also just did an overview of how it works. And then also the synergy between these two indicators, okay, for futures. Really, really nice. So I've been using it a lot. I've been showing it in the webinars a lot. I think it's fantastic. All right, so now the live trading included with the Bookmap, global and global plus to the end of the year, then global plus. And then we also went through the new features in the Bookmap 7.2 alpha. Okay, one being the navigation, the other being this cross trading feature. Okay, being able to use rhythmic data, for example, but route your trades to various brokers. Okay, and that's going to be really extended here. It just won't be IB and TradeStation. We're going to you'll be able to route it to whatever you like. I mean, CQG as well, Tradeovate, Transact. Others will be included here. Not just futures, also for stocks. All right. Okay. And then yeah, the other feature was the just moving those orders around, different enhancements on that feature. All right. Let's see, any other questions here? You already have global, will be automatically available after December 31st, Glenn. You already have global plus. Yeah. You'll automatically be updated, Glenn. No worries about that. You'll have access. You have the licensing for it. You'll be updated, or you'll have access. Okay. All right, guys. Well, yeah. Thank you very much, Terry. Thank you. I think that's just about it for this webinar.
All right. Thank you for the webinar and the information, and for spending some time with us this evening.
Okay, everybody. Yeah. Thank you very much, and have a good evening. And we'll catch up next time.